Hello, Glen Church. This is your pastor, Richard Martins, talking to you about our situation that we find ourselves in on March 17th, 2020. As all of you know, we are facing a pandemic with the COVID-19 virus, and our life has drastically changed. Ever since the World Health Organization declared this to be a pandemic, there has been an escalation of concern and an increasing call for caution. And no doubt you've received all kinds of notifications about what is being closed. I received in my email a number of things like my fitness gym is closed, my dentist is closed, even tech support has been modified, and even my mechanic emailed me to tell me to wash my hands before I entered into their shop. So the world is a different place, and we are entering into uncharted waters. As you may also be aware, Doug Ford, our Premier, declared Ontario to be in a state of emergency. Among other things, it prohibits the gatherings of people larger than 15 number of people. So that means that we need to continue to cancel our church services for at least the next 2 Sundays. We don't know how things are going to play out over the period of time. It might very well be much longer than that, and we're going to be continuing to monitor the situation as things progress. So in addition, we also received from the Region of Waterloo Public Health and Emergency Services, they also requested that there be a closure of all recreational programs, private schools, daycares, churches, and restaurants that don't have any takeout. So as a result, we have also decided to cancel all regularly scheduled ministries that would normally happen here at the building here at Glen Church. Unfortunately, this has also affected our Bridges program. The food bank is directing all of its food to Salvation Army and to House of Friendship until further notice. So we need to pray for our Bridges families, as they are the ones that tend to be the most vulnerable at times such as this. Now, if you listen to Craig Groeschel's sermon, he challenged us not to consider our faith to be a weekly faith where we just meet on a Sunday morning, but it needs to be a daily faith. We've always believed that, but attending church service on a Sunday morning at 725 Ehrenbrook Drive has been one of the biggest ways in which we challenge us and encourage our spiritual development. This is a place where we can worship together and we can be inspired by the beauty of His gospel and so on. But that's not the only way that we can experience some of these things. And so as a result of these prohibitions of gathering in large numbers, we have been forced to think about different ways in which we can do that, which I believe is actually a good thing. So starting this Sunday, instead of coming to 725 Ehrenbrook Drive to our church building, you'll be able to log in on your computer to glencairnmb.online.church, and you'll be able to watch an entire service just as if you were here in the building. You'll be able to participate in worship through singing. This Sunday we're planning on having a testimony, so you'll be able to hear that. You'll be able to even interact with one another through chat, to be able to receive prayer. We'll obviously have the message of the sermon that will be there as well, and you can listen to it and follow along. There'll be a Bible app that is also built into this platform, so you can scroll through the text that we're talking about. So it's going to be a little bit different than what we're normally used to. Now you can do this on your own in front of your own computer if you like, but we also want to suggest that it might be a good thing for you, if you're able, to meet with a small group of people. So there might be individuals that would be willing to host a small group of people, whether 6 or maybe even 10 people in their home, and be able to do this together. So it's kind of a home church experience. But remember, we're still requesting that you follow the same cautions that need to be observed. Like, for example, if you're feeling unwell, you're feeling sick, just simply stay home. Don't isolate yourself. And if you're over 65, or if you have underlying health issues that would put you at risk, we also suggest that you stay home. And I mean, we know that you can deal with this in a cautious way, in an understanding way. Social distancing is a big part of what the health officials are talking about and recommending. And so we don't want to be a part of the problem. We don't want to spread the disease in any sense of the word. But we also know that there are some opportunities for those who are healthy and do want to engage in some small group gatherings in people's homes. We think that that might be a good thing. So operating online seems to be the new way in which we are going to be operating. And I think even ministries might want to think about how they can get creative and hold video chats or connect through video in some way. If you have a Google account, you really have a way for you to do that for free. You can actually go to your Google Calendar and create a Hangouts meeting, which is free. And all you need is a laptop or a computer that has a webcam. We also want you to encourage you to see this as an opportunity to help others. You know, sometimes we can be caught up in this, how this is affecting us, and maybe be anxious about that. We're hoping that you will experience God's peace and that you'll be able to present a non-anxious presence to others. And some people are thinking about how they might do that. So some people are talking about doing prayer walks in their neighborhood. There's also a platform called Nextdoor, which is a free program that people can log into. I've done that for my own neighborhood, for Country Hills neighborhood here. And we can actually chat with one another, my neighbors in this community. And you can offer help. You can offer help to get groceries for those who are shut in, for example. We already have a couple of life groups that have offered to do that. And so it looks like we're going to be creating a closed Facebook account just for our church family so that we can share more freely with one another what their needs are and how we can offer to help and that kind of thing. These are unique times, there's no question about it. But I also believe that there are some incredible opportunities for us to think differently, for us to be creative, for us to open our eyes to see what God is doing. It's an opportunity for us to deepen our faith and to serve others, to see the gospel being spread. There's all kinds of opportunities. So I mentioned this on Saturday, and it's still been mulling around in my mind what we talked about on Romans 8. Paul writes, "Can anything ever separate us from Christ's love? Does it mean he no longer loves us if we have trouble or calamity, or are persecuted, or hungry, or destitute, or in danger, or threatened with death?" And we might add, threatened by the coronavirus. No, Paul says in verse 37, no, despite all these things, overwhelming victory is ours through Christ who loved us. So I encourage you to dwell on that passage and to experience his deep love for you and listen to the Spirit. What is God saying to you? Look at the world through his eyes and what is happening around us, and be ready to respond to any opportunities that he presents to you. So I hope to see you on Sunday, in a little bit different format, not here at the church building, but online. And God bless.